Hey guys, so I'm going to try to do another weather satellite capture, and this time I take the antenna up so my dogs can't knock it over. And I was looking at the pass list, and this one has a max elevation of 84 degrees. So I'm like, I have to try and capture this one just to prove it works, because if you watched the last video, that was a little anticlimactic. So, and then what I do to get a better idea of how it's going to pass is I go to heavens above. And the first thing you gotta do when you go to the site is to change your observation location. Because sometimes I'll just start using it without doing this and get completely wrong times. And then you just update it. And you go here to the satellite database. And up here, you just, that's an asterisk that's in there, it stands for a wildcard, but I just type NOAA, and then an asterisk again for the wildcard. Then click update. And the ones we want are on the second page. Because we only care about 15, so I'll do all passes. And we care about 18 and 19. And 19 is the one that's about to pass over here, right here at 3:59 p.m. If I want to see what the pass looks like, there it is, right through the middle of the sky. And that's what we're going to try to capture. So, I have 6 minutes. I can close this. And the setup is just like before, except the antenna is up. And this putty terminal here is a SSH connection into, so you follow this wire to that router there, which is the same as like using a Wi-Fi USB adapter. I just use another router as my client. And then this putty session here is a SSH into the router that's on my patio. And then I just run iPerf to test what the speed is. So, and I'd want to start the server on my side, so the patio is going to connect, so it's kind of like a download upload thing. And let's see here. Yeah, I'm getting into the high 60s, and that should be good enough. So stop that, and then just run RTL-TCP. And just a simple H will show you all the options. So we want to do RTSP. And the address it's at is at 1. Now the port's already defaulted. Oh, and then I want to change the sample rate again. 224. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, it's working. So now I just, oh, I can actually start this weather program to start recording now. And what it will do is it won't start recording until 3:58. Until then, I gotta fire up SDR sharp. There'll be no dog drama. And this should already be set to, yeah, I have to change the sample rate because we're going up to 2.4. Stop that. Should be able to hit play. Oh, it's working. I remember this time to set the game. I can zoom in a little bit. And then, in the meantime, show you a closer look at the antenna I use. So, yeah, that's it. I just use 4-gauge copper wire, just like LNA for all atoms. And then these lugs, these copper lugs, these are 2 extras ones I got, and these ones are the ones that are on there. And even though they say they're for 6 gauge, that you want to use 4 gauge wire though. So and then I just put super glue on right here. And then LA for Adam was adamant about how this should be like 53.4. So I just use a piece of string to measure it all the way to right there is where I think he said where your coax starts getting stripped. And I just screwed them in. And then there's my RTL-SDR. I think it's the version 3 that's on there. And then I think it's, yeah, and then I use an active USB cable, and it's like a 30-foot cable, I think. So our satellite, oh, there it is, it's already there. Sweet. This to be down. I think I mentioned in another video, it won't be at exactly 137.1. It will be because of the Doppler effect. That's cool. That's a way better signal than I got on the last video. And this thing hasn't even started recording yet. All over RTL TCP. I'll let it record halfway through and then I won't do the whole image because it's a 12-minute pass. And this video is already at 7 minutes. I'm just showing how strong the signal is with just that antenna, that simple antenna, and an RTL TCP connection on a used router. Just have to make sure it has a USB port on it. If you want to see a really cool one, I've seen these used for $50 sometimes. That's a cool one, and that has USB 3 on it, and that runs OpenWrt beautifully. So let's see what kind of image we're getting. Oh, look at that. Fantastic. Yep, all wireless, no cables. There isn't a single wire leaving this room. And the antenna is all around the back porch. But again, this is a really high elevation. This is very rare. This maybe only happens about once a week, maybe, where the elevation will be above 70. And usually it's early in the morning. I might let it record till the end, because what happens with the weather program is all it's giving is this image, and then after it downloads the whole image, it spends about 2 minutes doing all these renderings on it. So all these it won't load my saved images while it's recording, but you can see the saved images. There would be all these different colors. It will add color mappings to it, and an infrared map over it. It just does all these renderings that take a while. And then yeah, usually for some reason this must have to do with my area. When it gets right around here, it will die, and then it will pick back up. So I always have a gray bar at the very beginning of the picture. Might even be able to pick it up with my radio scanner. 137. Program limit. Yeah, I'm trying to listen to it with a regular old radio scanner. And sometimes when I'm outside, I can hear it. And it sounds like it has a heartbeat to it. Man, that's a really strong signal. You can kind of hear it. I'm trying to like turn this thing so you can hear it right. If I was outside, you could hear it. And it's, yeah, it's crazy. It's got that like a pulse to it. You can see it right there. I think it's because it's a circular polarization signal, you know, because it's a satellite and it's spinning. And I know if you make a antenna for that specifically, I think it's right-handed, circular. And because it's circular, that's why it does that pulsing in and out like that. Man, I have to turn the bandwidth up. Maybe 36. This is probably one of the best pictures I've gotten. Up. Yeah, I'm only at 48%. It's only 48% done. I'll let it go to the end. Because if you're watching this, you can just fast forward. Even hey, as I wait, I can go. I'll show you what the processor's doing on the porch router. She's H-top again. Boop. Hardly anything. Maybe like 15% of the processors being used by RTL-TCP. Oh, there's the Great Lakes. Now I think it's going to bandwidth it down a little bit. So the satellite should be right in the middle of the sky now. Very tippity top. But my house is blocking it. So I still think that's a braggable picture. So yeah, the whole point of this is I've seen a lot of people online trying to get RTL TCP to work, and they usually do it on Raspberry Pis. But the thing about Raspberry Pis is you have to have a nice Wi-Fi adapter for it, and I think the Wi-Fi chip in Raspberry Pi 3 isn't that great to get the type of bandwidth you need. So you just go to thrift shops or Craigslist or eBay and get a used router and just make sure it has USB. Make sure the processor is at least 500 megahertz. And then one guy said that knew that the WRT 1900 that Linksys makes seems like the go-to. And people will review the manufacturer firmware and they say it's horrible. They say you have to put OpenWrt on it. And that's what we run. That's what I run on my house network. But yeah, I've seen people on Craigslist, and eBay selling those things for $50. I think I got mine for $150, but that was over about 2 years ago. So I think it may have reached its peak. 76. We'll let it go all the way. So that you guys can see the picture get rendered. It just does it automatically. And I am right about here-ish. Yep, static, 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 static. Yep, low processor usage. Alright, come on, it's at 88%. 92. I think the instructions for this weathered image are pretty easy. When you download it and install it, I think the only things you have to do is go into options and change your observation location. And then the only two other things I ever do is just make sure to update the kelpers every time you want to use it. And then you just open up satellite path list and then look for one you want to see. And then around the time that it's coming over, you just set it to record and then auto record like I think I showed in this video. Oh, it's almost done. And if it was at nighttime, well actually early morning, it only passes over in the late afternoon and early evening, and then early in the morning where I am. But if you did it at night and you had a good decent telescope or binoculars, you'd actually be able to watch it pass over by using Heavens Above. A lot of other people use other applications. I've used Stellarium, things like that, but I think Heavens Above is the most lightweight and minimalistic. There it goes. Alright, so now it starts putting all the lines in there, where the states are. It will add some coloring too. Yep, there it goes. Beautiful. Print that out and frame it. I don't know what half this stuff is. Add some more stuff. And voila, he's done. And then after that, see now it's waiting for a new satellite down here at the bottom, the next one, which won't be over for a while. Oh, and plus a lot of times this stuff is all in UTC time, all over the place, UTC time. So now I can stop it. Now all these images should be saved here with the timestamp. And these are all the different renderings. So you'll have like a raw image, and then all these acronyms here have to deal with the type of rendering it did on the image. Just the therm for thermal, whatever. But yeah, I got a good image today. That's pretty cool. yeah, cool. Thanks for watching. So, in the future, I think I'm done with weather satellites for you guys. I'm sure in the future someone will be more interested in how I got RTL TCP working and everything, which is actually pretty easy. I can make a video for that. But nope, in the future, I think for my next video, instead of satellites, we're gonna monitor the trains. All right, thanks for watching.